Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 5 of our Mother Ostankya Realm of Souls campaign. Huge thank you once more to Creative Assembly for providing me here with some early access to the Shadows of Change DLC, that way I can show you everything that is coming a little bit early, better inform your purchasing decisions. For today's episode, we have the Angry Woman in the Woods versus the two-headed fortune-telling parrot of Finch. We have already, as of last episode, applied a good bit of curses that we had kind of stored up, ready for our fight against either Kairos or Kugath, either one. We wanted to make sure we were well stocked up with all sorts of nasties. So we have applied our last Entropus on Kairos himself, which is going to be dropping his resistance, and then giving him the passive Entropus, which actually drops his spell mastery and increases his miscast chance the more he casts spells, up to 100% on his miscast chance, which is fantastic. Every time he casts a spell, it'll blow up in his face, for the most part. We've also applied the Typhlosis curse to his 3 most important missile troops, which will be dropping their missile strength by 15%, leadership by 8, and then giving them the passive Typhlosis, which will make them no longer be able to see, and drop their melee attack and defense by 24, and accuracy by 30. The only other dangerous units, I mean, obviously the Burning Chariot of Siege and the Soul Grinder are going to be very dangerous in their own right if they still are able to fire, because even with 30 less accuracy, that 1.4 thousand weapon strength on that missile is pretty terrifying. We're going to want to make sure we deal with the Furies quickly, that way our bats can go and maul his chariot. Meanwhile, Mother Ostankya causing some issues to the Blue Horrors, and hopefully keeping Kairos thinking about trying to cast. Our Fluffy, the Elemental Incarnate here, is going to be a monster. We'll probably just throw him into the fight against the Soul Grinder first thing. But let's take a quick look at our terrain here, since we did fail to get our ambush. We can try to fight them between... We can try to rotate our whole army kind of around. The Akshina can already set up over here. We could set the Kossars up too, try to push them up this way. To get Finch's forces moving between one of these 2 choke points, or even just around. That way they're all stuck on the terrain here. Let's dive on in and cook some chicken. Alright then. All of our forces are hiding as far on the edge as they can. Interesting strategy. I'm not thinking we're that concerned by what the enemy is bringing. The only issue is we are giving up the high ground if we go for that side. So let's instead set the Akshina up. How far can the Blue Horrors fire? I want to make sure the Blue Horrors have no ability to fire over this chasm here, so no matter what, they have to move towards the trees. The trees will actually do a good job of defending our Akshina ambushers too. Put 2 of them in the trees there, put them as far up as we can, that way they're having a less opportunity of shooting the trees. Your missiles do, when leaving tree line, they're supposed to have a very brief moment of vulnerability where they basically just have pass-through. It does not work when shooting into trees, however, so firing out of trees is much less likely to block your own troops. Slay the deviants. And much more likely, rather, to do the damage you want. All of our stalking Akshina when you're firing out of them. That probably made no sense at all. Fire out of trees, not into trees. That's the lesson. Let me pull up on this cliff here. That'd be too strong, probably. Set the Kossars up, ready to go. I'm gonna have them in a bit of a formation where it's like a stepping ladder, so these guys will be back. And then these 2 will be forward and a little bit slanted. The Akshina will be able to annihilate anything coming up and over. And these 2 will hopefully not get attacked as much. Basically, I'm trying to force the Furies to go after this unit in the front. That way, everyone can layer fire on over from the side there. May not work at all, but we'll see. We'll also go ahead and have the Hag Guard behind, ready to smash on in. We can throw the things in the wood pretty much wherever we want, because they are good and sneaky. Only 10 of them left, so we will want to keep an eye you here as well, because you're good and sneaky, and that's fairly hilarious. It's just like the Spanish Inquisition. No one's expecting them. And our spiders that I wish we could give stock. Are you guys set up with the slow creeping poison just yet? No, they just have the normal variant. But of course, it'd be far too strong. Let's have the spiders set up. Where do we want to put them? Probably next to helping the Akshina, to be honest. That way they can swarm on out and maul any kind of Fury nonsense. Both invisible, perfect. Let's grab all of the speedy units in the Hag Guard. Single entities, and let's grab Juliana and Ostankya, get them on over. Awesome. I have seen some concern, or at least some questions, on whether Ostankya and the other Hag Witch are supposed to have different missile types. I'm thinking yes, they are, because she doesn't have the cauldron, same as Ostankya. She's blasting most of her spells, I think, from her actual broom there. She's almost batting them towards the enemy.
The backbone of Kislev. The land's RoC.
Give you some OBLAST. We probably should have done this next to the others, but didn't remember in time.
Go, Beowulfs. Forward for
Go, Beowulfs. Scoot our spiders on back. Leave you guys there. Ostankya is forcing them to come to her, but if I move above this area here, he will actually be able to hit with those javelins. So when he throws them, they should actually all hit the nothing at all. That's a really good hit. Ooh, it's time for to go to the Wooga Bear. Alright. Who deserves a spirit bearing? I think these pink horrors here do. Is it likely we'll miss? Yes. But do I want to do it? Oh, it's time to Wooga Wooga. Wooga 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 Wooga. Go, bear! Your doom approaches, pink horrors. They're probably gonna dodge it, but well, we shouldn't have said anything at all. Keep bombarding down on these spearmen here, Ostankya. Come on up and cause some more problems here. Looks like Finch is gleaning some magic for himself. I mean, that works for me. The more you cast spells, the more your spells are going to blow up in your face. Since these guys neither one no longer have shields, let's go ahead and overcast a Flock of Doom for dragging some health off. Perfect. Let's drop some of these cooldowns we've got. Oh, we should have waited just a smidge. What's the plan here, Tzinch? You guys have taken a fair bit of damage. Beowulf's got. Sitting some blues to try to scout the forest. No, don't worry about my spiders. There's no spiders in the woods. It's so many. Alright, let's bring the Tossars forward, bring the bats in to start mauling this group of Furies. So many Furies. Ooh, looks like lots of the blue, all the blue fires are landing. Ostankya, run! Alright, spiders, come on out. Let's go ahead and drop down the net on Screamers. That's a burning chariot. Let's drop a net down on these Furies here. Let you two turn to fire. Go up to the burning chariot. Mother Ostankya, you just need to stay behind our lines. Veiled wolves, yeah. Ooh, they're hitting her. Come back behind this tree, please. Madam Ostankya. Guard forward. Let's go breaking some of these blue horrors in the back line. She's getting annihilated. That was a bad call, just leaving her there by herself. Drop down some friends. And some friends for Kairos as well. Oh, he chose not to land. Okay, that's fair enough. Akshina. Doing your thing. Spiders rip through them. Our front line of Akshina here taking a fair bit of damage. You guys just need to worry about blasting the blue horrors. You come on away. We'll drop down the Rain of Stone in here. And then we'll bring Ostankya back. Kislev's Curse. And we can throw a Spirit Bear, Wooga Wooga all the way. Launch at those Marauders there. Oh, push you over here then, Ostankya. Hagguard doing their thing. Let's go ahead and give them some help. Send our Beowulfs in. Ah, these poor fools getting shot to pieces. Alright, Akshina, turn and deal with Kairos. Bold strategy, Kairos. We'll drop down some Goliaths. He might be able to take down Juliana before she can escape.
Defenders of
You boys turn.
comrades of the
Failed to actually get the targeting. Can we stop Kairos cold, please? That would just be the best. And then the bats can go deal with you in the back line. Take a gate of each, pull away from that nonsense.
Shifting.
Every single crossbowman we have, focus down the demon.
Corsairs.
Look at him go. Sorry, Kairos. And you guys nearly had Ostankya. You tried your best. He's gonna land on down in here with Izak Sheena. Crumpled quite a few of them. But he falls himself. Unable to see the present.
We take up arms.
Very dramatic there, Kairos. We're gonna hunt down the rest of his followers, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, we'll take the win. The Akshina really took the most of that damage besides the Hag Guard. Ogres everywhere. We'll have them back in no time. We are going to go ahead and Slayak provides.
Those who offend Kislev so mightily will. It's a pleasure to talk to someone who's not a complete idiot.
Mostly. He was like a non-aggression pact. I really just want you to lose your territory, so fair. We'll take the non-aggression pact for 35 gold? No. No, I think not. Slaga Bootlika is taking his place, old Grimgor. Now it looks like we're going to have to deal with Kronos coming on over into our lands. Didn't see that coming. Despite knowing every spell ever uttered, the Mocking Watcher was laid low this day by a superior adversary, which must drive him even more insane. For wins and more spell resistance from Mother Ostankya's army, which is going to be glorious. We've got ourselves a Kislevite Kossar, so we can move a bit further here. Spider's Kiss is in it now. A little bit too late, but now Spider units cause the slow death effect. Those who awaken from deep sleep sometimes find marks upon their bodies with no apparent cause. And always they blame the little spiders. That's horrifying.
Mother Ostankya.
Alright, Ostankya. I think we are going to press very aggressively back towards the other side. We have more or less broken Tzeentch here. The death of Kairos, Miao Ying should easily be able to push on up in here and do some serious damage against the Changer. We, however,
Spirits, I see.
need to rotate back.
Around the fire. Spirits.
We really do not replenish much in this territory. Not at all.
Lift your slovenly heels.
Lift your slovenly heels. Oh, here's Grimgor. Grimgor, what's your plan? Is it time to bonk Ostankya while she's weak?
The spirits agree.
Well, in that case, we're coming back into the Valerie, so we get actual proper
Stone.
replenishment.
How unbearable.
3. I'd love some bears, we just can't afford them. Can't afford the things in the woods either.
Bring in the harvest. Or fight.
In the harvest or fight? We are going to start increasing our creatures of the land there, so all of the elemental incarnates. You don't have anything that actually increases the bats, that just comes from your wildlings and things, so we'll grab the creatures of the lands here, that way all our incarnate and our things in the woods are a bit more damaging. I think this only increases their weapon strength and melee attack. Just fine by me.
Kislev's strength is its endurance.
Juliana. Gives you both spell and missile resistance. Probably a good idea since you're on such a easily smackable sled there. A nice 8,000 gold in the positive. And Anastas.
Oh, yeah. Leave me to my...
Will Grimgor's group help? I think I bet if they did, we would be able to win that one with an auto resolve. No problem.
Gospodar by blood.
Go ahead and upgrade the building here in Zamoski. 9 more turns so we can take City of Splinters up to a proper city. I think we just want to upgrade Zamoski. The extra income. Faster. We can upgrade the farms and the merchant traders as well. We really just need income right now.
The land's protector.
Yeah, we just keep you with what you have because we can't afford too many more soldiers. Do a nice bit of replenishing here. Howling in the Woods. The Discouraged effect and extra missile resistance. We don't have very many things in the woods, but our one that we do have deserves some upgrades. Now let's go for the Troll Country Pathfinders this time. We'll grab the Howling in the Woods next time.
The snows never needed the invention of fire.
Martial Encouragement or Ranger. Missile Strength plus 7% or Melee Attack plus 5%. She already has the War Sleds. This gives them more missile strength, so that works for me. The Ice Court sends its envoys to barracks and lodges of the Kislevian armies. Great respect is placed upon such visitation, as they look to the Ice Maiden for guidance. You can either have them visit a barracks, or... oh. We're inspiring them different ways. Ranged it is. Mother Ostankya will take a single turn here in the Valerie, and then we'll strike out to attack the floating mountain. And then we start handing land off to the ogres. I'm thinking we will need to fight all of the greenskins in the way. At least the ogres are going to give us a bit of a cushion of protection. There's no telling if the greenskins will turn around and attack us on complete random whim. Make sure everything is destroyed here at the Valerie. And then we will hand that off to the Sons of the Mountain here when we can. I think our next target's going to be Grimgor. Break him and then get his defeat trait. We need to replenish up a little bit, though, and do this before he kicks in a Wah. This army here is nothing. We would just be able to avoid Grimgor, who only moves at 38. Sled around and cackle while we blow up all of his orcs. Skip through here. Jump into our Witch's Hut, though, because I do believe fighting against Grimgor, giving him the Gate of Thorns is going to be perfect.
Lost in
and then I'm going to grab another Typhlosis for the Tzeentchian faction nearby.
She died.
What? She died? What are you talking about? It's the first part of that. 5 gold. I am tempted to give Anastas more spiders.
Of Kislev.
62. Oh, I am tempted. Let's see what Kronos tries. I'm thinking we're going to see him either teleport past or go straight after the City of Splinters.
Aye.
And Helheim and the Sons of the Mountain will go ahead and take the non-aggression pact with the Sons of the Mountain. And the trade as well. Listen, we only had to fight a little bit because you trespassed. You learned your lesson. Plus, you like Grandma's recipes.
What?
Ice Queen of Kislev.
Reading places. Now we gain some more Spirit Essence. It is a bit unfortunate she doesn't gain gold like everyone else does. Through her quest. You have discovered the Ice Court. Time to come on over here and find the Orthodoxy. I mean, blasphemers, friends, either one. They're basically the same thing. Quite funny, they completely turned that around. We're not going to be wasting any more curse mark there. If anything, I'm going to use the Coven's curse mark to enable Grimgor to not be able to escape.
Talk, 'cause my
We are buddies right now, though.
Wants to mash ya.
I mean, if I can successfully make buddies with Grimgor, I'm not going to try to smash him. I just don't trust him in any way, shape, or form right now. He may just be moving up north to get in a problem with Cathay. We'll see. Back in with Ostankya in the turn. They're being real aggressive up here towards Tzeentch. That works for me. Are they at war with Tzeentch now?
Talk.
Well, they are.
My chopper.
Sweet. He actually peaced out with the Cathayans. Committee for State Security. Patriarchs descend upon every hull. That doesn't seem good. Rooting through drawers and overturning bookshelves in search of every hint of heresy. Countless Kislevites are dragged from their beds and executed. Who can say how many were innocent? Nevertheless, purity, or at least terrified obedience, is restored. Committee for State Security in the Valerie. I don't want us to execute Kislevites. I guess unless they are following the changer. I'll just let Grimgor do his thing up here in the north here. We're going to come on down and attack the floating mountain.
Steal their futures.
Yoink. Your future is mine. Just a bunch of weakened blues. We'll go ahead and give this one to the auto-resolve. Be kind.
Do not disappoint us.
One ogre. Tripped on a rock. Well, let's go ahead and we don't really need that much more essence. So we will just simply occupy, so we're not having to
Raise a watchtower.
rebuild the buildings.
Heed my hexes.
Cool, let's hand the Valerie off to the purples. I guess we have to do both, don't
Call
we?
me witch.
Next turn, then.
Baron of
Nost
the
is
Mother.
under siege, and we can just give this one to the auto-resolve for a Pyrrhic victory. We would lose one of our spiders. Intriguing. I think we can sacrifice a spider.
Motherland never falters.
Grab ourselves a Banner of the Eternal Flame, and then a whole heap of captive gold.
What care I for peasants?
What care I for peasants? Well, those look more like nerds than peasants, but
Their
What have
right
you?
to rule.
right now we can push down into the Red Abyss, hit the Flaming Scribes. We can kind of start warring with Kugath as well. As long as there's a connection here, it makes sense to fight Kugath through this direction. Basically hit him from the north where he's not expecting.
We demand due respect.
And due respect. So earn it. So earn it.
Curdling milk.
Curdling milk. We will go ahead and have good old Mother Ostankya continue on the creatures of the land here.
Yes, dear.
Liana, I think we just want to continue to make your Block of Doom cheaper. Nostus the Spider King
By blood.
will give you Inspiring Presence, hard to hit, and then probably Heroic Resilience here. That way, whenever he drops below 50% hit points, he has more defense and leadership.
A tool fit for a lord.
The
Good to
motherland
hear.
needs its sons and daughters.
Here's what we're gonna do. Nostus, well, you are the Spider King. Your spiders cost me gold right now, so they are gonna be removed. For Kislev.
Baron of the Motherland.
And Mother Ostankya, of
Magic
course, is gonna throw
not
in
the
some
only way.
feral ice bears, perhaps? One feral ice bear and one thing in the woods. Sounds fantastic. We can start getting rid of our normal Kossars here pretty soon. In fact, one of you might get the boot now. Let's combine them all up into one.
Bring in
See
the
who has
harvest.
leftovers.
Or fight.
See you fools later. And we will replace you with... We've got 2 spiders. Just more things in the woods. We haven't run into any really large targets that are a problem just yet, and I think 1 ice bear plus Fluffy is more than enough. Let's grab more things in the woods. I really would like to see more of them.
The land's protector.
Alright, so we business. We may end up having to keep the floating mountain. Problem is that I don't think that then we can pass off the Valerie to anyone.
The ever-hungry mouth will decide
I can,
who
sweet.
will fight.
You are having a hard time talking through all that lung fat. We will go ahead and give you military access and some gold.
More and bears.
Enjoy. This actually might get him into a fight with Grimgor too. Listen, fighting in my territory, no matter who is doing it, doesn't bother me at all. We can punch everyone and take the gold from them. I've changed my mind here at the Floating Mountain. Let's use it to make us some gold.
Kislev's chosen.
Eve Splinters for now is safe, but I will keep Anostus the Spider King here, and we'll move him down south to Pilgadir if things get real spicy.
It is
Kislev.
We can trade
The
with Kislev.
Tsarina bids you welcome.
Finally.
You honor the crown.
Closer we get to getting actual Kislevite troops.
carve and
I think you need a proper defensive alliance first before they will allow you to. Granted, we will only probably be doing that, only giving proper Kislev troops to the Boyars. It doesn't seem proper to have a Zargard rolling with
Their
Mother
right
Ostankya.
to rule.
On through, build us some goodies. Let's go for Entropus just in case we run up against any more spellcasters.
Numb-tongued, stilted mind, stumbling out spells. They're called of Kislev's Saxony.
Far too cold. No way of actually casting spells. About to have our first Ice Court hero as well. Perfect stuff. Let's see what damage Grimgor can get up to. Right, and Clan Helheim's gone. This happened way later than I was expecting. Nasus the Spider King has become Grievous, And actually, his name is no longer going to be Anastas. He's going to be the Kevin for our playthrough here. I've got one in every single playthrough except for maybe one. Because he's already got a crazy name like Spider King.
My right.
Anastas, you have been dubbed our Kevin. A nice hyphen between Spider and King. Good and official. Got one more turn on all these guys. Let's go ahead and pull Anastas south. Or I guess now that we've changed your name, I'm gonna get it wrong every time. Come on, Kevin.
My seat of power.
Seek that power. I seek our enemies here. Control Country Pathfinder has been complete. Do any of the others in the land help us out too much? Don't have very many war sleds right now. Missile resist for horse archers. Or melee defense for Kossars. Income from trade. More Frostmaiden heroes in Erengrad. Ice Court Indoctrination. Give us an Ice Witch Lord. Let's go for Howling in the Woods, just to give them the Discouraged effect, because we're about to have a lot more of them, and then we can switch over to the Ice Cade Collars to give them more weapon strength.
The land, the tales, the cities.
Like that, Ostankya. We come on in here, we'll grab... bonus versus large and more melee defense. We haven't made one with 3 trinkets yet. Let's try it. Top of the two, the Rat's Grit passive, they actually also have Perfect Vigor, Missile Strength, and then extra base weapon damage. This would be really good to have on our Akshina Ambushers. It also costs quite a bit more. It costs 10 Spirit Essence for this one.
Skulky, skittering. But
We can
they
afford
never
the
die.
full work.
The black
Oh, that's something we'll have to keep in mind too. The Rat's Grit costs a lot. Red, Bones, and the Warp Stone. We just need to fight more factions. Greenskins, Empire, Bretonia. Remove Fear and Terror. Such good abilities.
My authority is not.
I know we have a hero that needs to be moved, but we'll go ahead and do this myself. That way, in case we do meet Stalton, we can immediately get some deals. Come on, Kistalton. Ooh, Prague is being destroyed currently. Fair enough, you angered the Tsarina. Never a good plan.
Get away, fiend! You are no friend to us.
Oh, Kugath. He's declaring war. You shouldn't have. Like a roiling wave of terror, the call of the forest is a sign to lock your doors. I think it says lock your doors twice. If lock your doors twice, salt your windowsills, and close your ears to the voices. Floating Mountain has an age of rage. Drak has been claimed. That means they're coming up towards us next. This changes the plans. Ostankya.
Warning Kislev.
Evan, I believe your job is going to be defending Dolgadir Forest for now, so however you can get there, just make sure that Kugath can't take it down without a fight. He is 100... Ooh, Olaf's there as well.
Boyar of Kislev.
Nightmare.
Who calls?
Alright, Ostankya, we gotta go.
Drive us on.
We've gotta go. Tusked Suns are up here.
How dare
Is this
you?
Azazel?
I foresee.
That's who's in the north on the Realm of Chaos. I knew one of them was Azazel. That's a huge problem.
Spoilers come.
Just
Alright, we need to move down and crush Kugath quickly. He's taking land of the Dragon's Death Soul, so he's fighting them on multiple fronts here. That's a bit horrifying. Let's get moving.
I shall be in the gardens. Or the nearest wood.
Just barely outside of our territory, so I can't drop the curse mark on him.
The road
He's
is
about to get
home.
real spicy. In those Ice Cade collars, because nothing else is really going to give us anything immediately usable.
We will bring new troubles into the world.
No higher.
We will try our best. When your forest is not very well defended, even with the things in the woods. That's concerning.
Endless veneration.
Alright, Velocity, you keep moving. We need to find more allies.
Move or face the flail.
Move or face the flail. Alright, Kugath. Let's see what you got. Before we do so, let's make sure we've got plenty of goodies here. We've got lots of Typhlosis. Let's go for Gate of Thorns. Maybe just a Hag's Denial. Let's grab a Hag's Denial. 40% word save on the fly here sounds fantastic.
He has told. Slough the blows.
And I think a Spirited Away is a good call. Or a siege that we're likely to lose.
Slouches this way. Hidden.
Because that unit gets turned into an elemental bear. Hopefully other armies that are not Ostankya's directly get to use the buffs. We'll see though. And that will be the turn. Dropspin has been wiped out by Serena. We've got all sorts of plagues coming on in now. Kevin is on a war horse. Probably best to keep him on foot. Harder to hit as a foot lord or a large
Heed my hexes.
target there. Man, we are starting to lose gold again. Starting to lose gold again. Can handle a negative 100 for now. Floating Mountain has been upgraded, kind of at a bad time. Looks like Azazel's doing all sorts of damage, and the Tusk Suns don't necessarily like us. Oh, because they really don't like Grimgore. Interesting. We're gonna get caught in the middle of a greenskin civil war here. Can't really do any upgrading to the Floating Mountain. In fact, it's probably a good idea to get Grimgore. Give this to Grimgore. How much gold is willing to give it?
Talk, cause my chopper Gitsnick wants to mash ya.
Good to hear, buddy. We can take a defensive alliance with the Ironhide. A strange line of events we've gone here.
This is it.
I think that's worth it. We lose the settlement. We lose whatever the gold the settlement's giving us. We're gonna have to spend a little bit. Keep a really close eye on our income at the moment, but now we've got a new trinket for making friends with the greenskins. An orc molar. Weapon strength. Awesome. We have almost all of these now. We've now got the unburdened step. Speed plus 20% strider and devastating flanker. Ember dread. Flaming attacks. Flame resistance. Weapon strength and damage. Awesome. Wraith sight. Plus 10% damage resistance and more visibility. But why not? Fleshy's Embrace. Heals per second once they drop below 50% health. Oh, so they just heals them back up to full. Sure. The Hushed Cast. Our recharge drops and missile resistance drops as well. Agony Secession. Damage per second. Will spread to units, but every 120 seconds it just does 50 to 100 damage. For 23 seconds. 21 seconds, rather. Sounds crazy.
A love potion, you beg of me, to bring you closer together. There is always a price.
There's always a price. And we'll go ahead and take the Unburdened Step as well. I want to try giving this to our Incarnate. We can go ahead and build ourselves a Fragmenti. Perfect. Nice little collection of trinkets we've got now. We're going to need every single one of them. Can we also drop down the Coven's Curse Mark on Kugath here? Oh, we can indeed. You fool, you should have left our territory while you had the chance.
Interloper, hear the hag's verse. It shields your limbs. The Covenant's
Shields your limbs. Within your lands, one rule holds true. Trespassers deserve no mercy. Hex of the Coven's Curse Mark has already found its target, sapping them of the energy until every movement is a struggle. They will not run far should you decide to hunt them down. And now they will also have really bad magic.
Experimentation is my only
Cost as well as 40% more for every single spell, which Nurgle spells are already incredibly expensive. I'm concerned if Olaf is able to move over and help,
Highborn son.
but there's not a lot we can do about it if he can. Ostankya just needs to close that gap. And then as soon as we take down Kugath, we'll want to probably go ahead and jump in for that Crown of Claws battle. Probably just for the gold, even. We're about halfway there. They've got some Sisters of Slaughter, some Dark Elves, and some Bears.
Lord
We
of
can handle
all.
that. Lord of All will give you the Deadly Blade, making sure you're chopping through as many fools as
This,
you can.
my rule is absolute.
Good to hear. You just stay here in the Duglanir Forest. Get through. Let's again come down to our hero personally
Unwavering duty.
and see what Kostalton is up to. So slowly cross the Oblast here.
Will not tarry.
Ah, here he is.
What do you ask of the Supreme Patriarch?
I ask that you give me gold. Ooh, not for 2,000. Be more willing to threaten you. We don't have a lot of strength to threaten at the moment.
Absolute devotion.
I am tempted to kick you out. How much do you cost a turn? 260? You are our one and only. You are expensive. He's so far away from his own territory. Yeah, we've pretty well discovered everyone I'd like to, so see you later, Vlassi. We need the money. We need the money and we prefer hag witches anyway. Skip on through and then
It is easy.
see how things play out.
You simply need crawl inside.
Saberskin has attacked the Ard boys. So either we join war on the side of Grimgor or we break the alliance, so more war as it is. Land speaks. An elderly farmer begs for an audience. He claims to have found a great crack in the frozen earth from which allegedly emanates the blessed voice of the motherland herself. One wish he will grant, and the fissure will close, he avows. Though he may be deluded, we would be unwise to ignore this. We can either pray to the land to get more recruit rank, or pray to the skies for less cooldown for ice spells. Oh, those are both terrible. Okay. Well, we'll pray to the sky just because. Thank you, sky spirits. Plagues are down in, and we have some orc boys about to show up. I can't wait. Oh wow, yeah, the Tusk Suns are terrifying. Hopefully the Orc Civil War can kick off and they can leave me
I
alone.
do not remember me at the ice court. What was I?
They surely don't.
It is better.
Well, Kugath has been cursed. What we need to do, because Kevin is going to be having to hold the line himself here, let's move Ostankya
Lifetime, yes.
to the
It has been a very, very long.
bridge. She talks so long. It's great. The voice lines they've added on in are... They give you a pretty good, at least an idea into the backstory of the heroes.
Get you, they say.
Okay, so the Crown of Claws, it doesn't think we're gonna win, does it?
To offend the motherland.
I mean, I've got 4 things in the woods. They are gonna be fully dazing and discouraging their enemies there. Oh, is that supposed to be dazed or discouraged? Hang on now. Oh, it's a discouraged effect. So they've got the wrong effect. They didn't have dazed previously. Unless if they did, I completely missed it. That's something we'll have to go ahead and note for the squad. They've got dazed, unless that's meant to be the case, and in fact, just showing incorrectly. Before we dive into the battle, let's make sure we are as dangerous as possible. In fact, let's get more Gate of Thorns. Just to be mean to those bears that are coming across the field there.
Another, and you are tangled. Another, and the knot holds.
And then we're going to grab the Wraith Sight here and drop this on Ostankya. Give her more ward save and some range on her visibility. Plus more weapon strength and missile strength.
Shadows
Really
of
good little ability there.
You shall
Pretty much you just want to use those on cooldown. So thankfully you have no No plague just yet, Ostankya. Okay, we teleport on over and let's do some battle. Well, it's gonna give me a valiant defeat, is it? See, the problem with your thinking on that line is... Well, there's 2 Carnosaurs here. Hold 1 Knights, which will lose against my bears. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop the Gate of Thorns on this poor fool. Verikath, Master of the Warm-Blooded, Master of the Cave Dwellers, and Master of the Cold-Blooded. Oh, I see. Any of these guys spellcasters? No. Oh, man. We just Gate of Thorns on all 3. We can make more next turn. The Lords will have a real bad time. Let's go ahead and drop down a Typhlosis on these Knights. Are they the dangerous target there? Probably not. Typhlosis on the 2 Carnosaurs. Drop that melee attack and defense. 24 each drops it down to about 20 apiece for the most part. And then on our side of the field, because we've applied several debuffs now. I'm tempted to try Fragmenti as well. Bears have no resistances. Well, let's go for the Agony Succession. Yeah, we can throw this down on... I'm tempted to see how much damage that actually applies across all the different units. Let's throw these on the Knights, since there's more models. See how well that does. For Mother Ostankya, we will give you Wraith Sight. And actually, all of our physical resistances that we've been building up are going to be really useful here. Let's go for Rat's Grit on... We don't need it, do we? We'll just grab a couple Bear's Bulwark. So Bear's Bulwark on you guys for the resistance, and that mass. And then same thing for the big boy here. Do 1 more Bear's Bulwark on the bears themselves. That looks good. Still thinks it'll be a valiant defeat. Let's see what the battlefield itself looks like. Ah, so all 3 of them are deploying in the center here. Is it just the Druki? Are you sure about that? Are you sure this is enough? Got the Shield of Grond. Everyone in 35 meters has base weapon damage dropped by 12%. That's pretty strong, actually. A nice little item. Let's hopefully we can steal it into the battle.
A great reservoir of magic lurks below, revealed to me by the spirits of home. The entrance is close, but so too come the 3 Beastmasters, just as foretold. The Nagaroti are as children in their weakness to corruption by power. They may cower behind their beast of burden, but they must never enter that cave. To the spirit realm with you, creatures! I will send your masters into that dirt. Then at the last, the cave's guardian to slay. Fire up, my cauldron daughters!
Ah, so this is a multi-part battle. Fair enough. So we take down the Druki, and then we have to fight something else coming out of the cave. Okay, well, we're going to set up a defensive perimeter then. Let's be quite clever with it. We'll have the Wolf Horses. They actually have a fair bit of defense. Actually tempted to have them up on the hill here. Rakshina can be a bit more aggressively deployed than the Kossars. But the Kossars, everyone knows where they're at. We'll control down a couple times here. This snow is very bright, so apologies if that's blinding you all. Bit of Typhlosis for the allies as well.
Of Kislev.
Ooh, can we get them in so they're actually not blocking each other? That's very difficult to do. Come on. There we go.
The motherland's
Let's
finest!
shoot these Kossars over just a little bit so they're out of each other's way.
Corsairs!
Sweet business. So these Rookie over here are going to come over and cause us some problems, but we can rotate as needed. That's going to be the Bears and the Sisters of Slaughter. Old One Knights. They've got a lot of speedy units here. Elemental Incarnate on one side, Ice Bears on the other. Bats to hunt down the Dark Shards there. And our own things in the woods. Plus spiders. They've got the damage over time effect, which let's see if we can slow death. Damage per second, 12 to 11. Or 11. Yeah, that's exactly what that says. 11 to 22. Let's see just how much damage that does. Alright, well, there's nowhere really for my lads to hide. Let's bring the Akshina over. We'll keep 2 of them defending this side here. Still far enough back where the enemy doesn't necessarily know where they're at until it's too late. Ag guard. Win supper? As soon as you win. Fight for Ursun. That should be an easy fight there. Okay. Missile troops. Our new scary infantry. And flyers. Papas. I'll have Ostankya over here causing some issues. Well, we'll just keep them both nearby.
No hag.
I am no hag.
Defenders of Kislev!
Give us some goodies.
Roads guide me.
So if we break the leaders, the rest of them runs. Right, let's defeat the warm-blooded forces.
Kislev,
Defeat the cave-going forces and the last ones as well.
take me there.
Drop down some good old crow damage on
Only my
these 4 fools here. Kossar arrows should start blasting away. Let's go ahead and pull. I mean, they did just fine, didn't they?
forward for Kislev.
Go ahead and deal with Xarian here. Clobber 'em. Oh, what's that? Giant wolves. Are they going to be attacking our enemies from behind? That'd be hilarious. Cave-dwelling beasts can smell the fear on their master. They abandon him. Ooh, let's run from those dark shards, though. Come on, Ostankya, that was my fault.
Fear right, David. Ready for battle. Mother
Here comes
of
the Carnosaur as well. Let's go ahead and
that way.
just keep them bogged down in this front.
Sledding.
Carnosaurs are quite deadly.
Sons of Kislev!
Make sure all of our missile troops are firing at them at the same time.
White woman.
Alright, Ostankya, you keep moving.
Beowulfs, yeah.
Pale wolves, yeah. Drop the damage.
Aksina ambushers!
Run, Ostankya, run. These things in the woods work together over here. Bears dive on in. Let's go ahead and drop down the nope on that master. Butcher these fools here. We're taking some serious damage from the dark shards. Let's go ahead and stop that nonsense. Even a Carnosaur can't handle Mother Ostankya in a fight.
Land
I
is
mean, I already knew this, but they had to figure it out the hard way.
That way. Fear right, David.
obey the Orthodox!
You guys come on around. That's these dark shards next. Spiders come on in to help out with the Carnosaur.
Full tough Kislevites!
Butcher those Sisters of Slaughter there. A lot of baddies poured in from the outside.
Go, baby.
More potions for Ostankya.
Shadow
Ooh, dodge that. One over bats. You know the job. What is this? Feral Troglodon. That doesn't seem good.
Biggest in the tribe.
Oh, there's so many feral beasties coming.
I have decided.
Everyone else, come on back. Come on, get rid of this Beastmaster here. You guys, we're gonna take you off of fire at will for a moment. Looks like the final master's on in. If you guys dive into battle here. Ostankya has been caught by Carnosaur, at least for a moment. Let the Akshina deal with that. Cold-blooded ones abandoned their master as well.
Sledding.
Awesome.
Sons of Kislev!
Kislev, let's go ahead and deal with this master here. Pull you guys on away from that fight. Stay very defensive with our Kislevites. Out Hag Witch. Carolyn Cardis fighting all by himself over there. Let's give him some support.
RoC.
Go ahead and throw down the good old Flock of Doom. Overcast on all of these creatures as they come on in. Ostankya, go ahead and melee with this master here first. All the extra damage per second. Keep saving those beasts below there. Things from the woods, as they might actually be called. Let down some more crows in this area. Alright, there's the last Beastmaster there. He's on the Chariot, is what that would be called. Not sure what happened, but a single shot dropped a good deal of my units there. One around. We've got them defeated on this other squad. We just need to send the Kislevites in and start blasting them away at these mammoths. Amazing to see. Well done, Kislevites. Make sure this guy is useless in the fight. Elemental Incarnate is easily throwing down with 2 mammoths. A scratch on his noggin. Go ahead and keep you guys back just so you're not taking all that free damage. Akshina. There we have it. Warmbloods can smell the fear on their master, although he should have left a long time ago. Just the High Beastmaster. And then we have to fight whatever's in the cave next, I believe. Yeah, then we have to deal with whatever's in the cave. Alright, everyone, pull back. Prepare for one final assault. Let you guys deal with that nonsense. We did lose one of our teams of bats. Alright, now what? Oh, just kidding. I thought we had to fight the master of the cave. Alright, fair enough. Okay, well, we'll take the heroic victory. Only 100 Kislevites fell in the fighting, and most of that was Kislevite bats, which is exactly how things are supposed to be. That was a lot of creatures, but most of them didn't even make it on over to us before fleeing, which, for all of the quest battles so far, both Yuan Bo and Ostankya, once you defeat the enemy lords, the battle pretty well ends there, so that's kind of what you want to be focus firing down as much as you can. It allows you to really, really limit your casualties. Not always super easy to do so, though. Let's take the Salyak provides, because 500 gold is not that much.
Those who offend
RoC Destroyer. Ooh, this should actually give us more trinkets, too. Dodge's Hearthblades are now ours. Did we ever read the crown? Yes, we absolutely did. Something foul awaits. We slayed it. A new trinket. 25% spell resistance, 25% missile resistance, 5 less corruption, and then the Crown of Claws, which is a passive 20% more missile resistance. Her sled has now become much more tanky. That is perfect. We almost lost our cave bats.
strength is its endurance.
Could we be replacing them now? They do have a bonus versus infantry, which is pretty amusing. Bonus versus infantry of +8, this gets increased later on, and they're very fast. They're real quick at blending apart enemy lines. I think what we'll do is keep the bats.
Only bring the best.
I'm going to go ahead and combine these two up because we're not able to replenish. Out, even though they are
If you want
3 chevron,
something
they just don't get any
done,
extra
send a woman to do.
besides the unit rank skills. So that extra melee attack, defense, and leadership. There's no boosts besides that. So one more time, we're going to go ahead and kick out these Kossars here.
Not every soldier is useful.
You know what? No more Kossars, period.
What use are you? That is the question.
That is the question. What use are you? Take some more bats. Just 2 of them. Feral bears or feral ice bears? I mean, if we're going to be negative in income, I think feral ice bears is the way to go. And then we can just grab a couple hatchlings because they actually have the slow poison as well. So 1 hatchling just for how cheap they are. I'd rather get the slow death than a couple missiles flying on across the enemy's side of the field, so hopefully that plays out in the way that we think it will. Let's grab the trade forum here. The upgraded farm estate. And since Zamosky is so centralized, I'm going to attempt to make as much gold from here as we can. So let's throw in the hallowed wood to then increase our farm income by 10%. Up to, I think, 50% total. Which, to be honest, never really increases your farms by that much, but it's kind of necessary.
Spirits?
On Ostankya, we gained a little bit more skills.
Which?
More control is probably a good one. Let's grab Creatures of the Land, though. We can come on over to Rally. Now it's time to grab our Skirmisher Traditions, which will get our Akshina Ambushers more melee attack, more ammunition, and more missile strength. Fantastic. Person's Favorite is more armor, melee defense, and spell resistance for Warbears and the like. So it'll likely just be these 2. Skirmisher Traditions and Person's Favored, followed by Stand Your Ground. Alright. For you, Liana, we'll give you your evasion,
Now, Kislev,
and then the magic reserves, that way we have more capacity. Full spell
Heed
slinging.
my hexes.
Perfect. We have our bit of a cliffhanger here. I'm going to be out of time for today. Hopefully we can hold back the tide of Kugath Plaguefather. He has nothing really too scary here, so that's probably why he chose not to attack. For now, though, I'm going to be out of time for today. I have been at Space Was a Total War. I believe a like for the light god and a sub for the sub done. See you on the next one.
Send a woman.